quickly call on the last speaker, which is still the same person, which is Mr. Abdullateef Adedeji. The flip.
Hello.
Is going to be talking about
My name is Adedeji.
Who is that? Okay, Adedeji Abdullateef. Adedeji Abdullateef. The flip classroom expert. Is going to be talking about the 280 strategies, proven techniques to excel in UTME. So let me just quickly read his profile, because to read his profile, I'm even scared, because me, myself here, I knew him because we both studied mathematics together from the same university, National University of Education, and he has been one of my good colleagues that I even look up to him, whereby I hope one day I'll also be like him. I pray that day will come. All right, let's quickly read about his profile. Mr. Abdullateef Adedeji is a distinguished author and a mentor dedicated to academic excellence and student success. He is the overall best graduating student of National University of Education, TASWED, in 2024. He made an history with a total CGPA of 4.91, which is the highest in the university record. His journey from struggling with UTME in excelling academic is a testament to power strategic learning and the right mindset. His commitment to student success goes beyond personal achievement. He is the author of Set to Score, a powerful guide that equips students with the strategies and techniques to excel in a competitive exams like UTME. Through the year of research, personal experience, and mentorship, Mr. Abdullateef has developed proven method to help students overcome exam anxiety, avoid costly mistakes, and secure admission of their dream. While in school, he served as the vice president of the department, and he was a part of the team led of Young African Leader Intensive, that's Yali Network Ogun in TASWED chapter. His leadership and dedication to students' empowerment has made him a lasting impact. Mr. Abdullateef Adedeji continues to inspire students by sharing his knowledge and experience, proving that with the right strategies and determination, academic excellence is within the reach of every student. Permit to call my boss, Naoga, and the convener of this program, in the person of Mr. Abdullateef Adedeji. Thank you for having your board, sir.
Wow, this is so amazing. I really love this. Thank you so much, Mr. Majid, for that wonderful introduction. Thank you so much to all our speakers and to everybody that's been here since the beginning of the program. It's over 2 hours now. I'm so glad that you are here. I'm so glad that, and I hope that you've been learning so much. We intend to make this program to be a transformative and impactful one, and I hope that that has been your experience so far. Please, can you confirm if you can hear me loud and clear?
Yes, we can. We can hear you.
All right, thank you so much. I'm just going to get right into it because of our time. Uh, Thank you so much, Miss Areva, for that fantastic. So, Miss Areva is someone that always talk about uh career, career a lot, and I couldn't have think of a better person to have speak on that. And I really love the fact that she break it down. So, if you have choose any particular course, maybe because your friend has choose the course, is going for the course, or because you're being pressurized to go for the course, maybe you should go back and go and watch the replay. That was the first session. Go make sure that you are studying the course, whatever course you're studying, you're studying for the right reason. All right. And then optimism, my dear sister, Miss Peace Emmanuel, thank you so much for that. You can't exam anxiety is real and it's there. But then the only way you can do it, the only way you can use to conquer it, as Miss Pizza said, is to have hope. Have a hope for a better future where you are hopeful, and you're not just hopeful. She was saying the other time that optimism is not just feeling that you can do something or something good is going to happen for you, but you're not doing anything about it. And I want to say, when you have that feeling, that is delusion. Delusion is just having hope that things will happen, or I will get score, I will score this, I will score that, and then you are not what is it called? You're not how should I put it now? And you are not working towards it. That is delusion, complete delusion. Okay, if you are optimist, being an optimist means that you have hope that better things can happen, but you're actually doing all the best. You're doing your best to make it happen for yourself. You're not just waiting for something to come and make it for you. And that's why we're having this type of session. Okay, and Mr. Blakim has shared with us a lot of mistakes from being underprepared, what's it called? Not studying past questions, a whole lot of mistakes that most students make. They actually hinder them from scoring the best. And then my brother, Mr. Abdullateef, thank you so much for that session. In fact, this last session is not a session that you find in normal jam, in normal program for UTME. Because most of the time when we talk about UTME, we have programs of UTME like this, we really stop at the UTME itself. But then we want to take it further. We are not just interested in you like getting scoring very high in UTME. After you have gotten the admission itself, you score high, gotten the admission. What do you do? How are you going to sustain it? How are you going to make the best out of it? And I'm glad that you have shared a lot with you. So what you just have with you is like master class. Okay, so make sure even if you are part of this, the replay is going to be made available for you. Make sure you watch it again. Okay, and then he has promised a lot of resources for us. Don't worry, you're going to get all the resources. All right, and now we're here for the score itself. So you want to score 280 plus. So let me ask you, how many of you want to score 280 plus in JAM? If you want to score 280 plus in JAM, whether you're here on Zoom or on YouTube, comment yes, 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 yes. Just put yes. I want to score 280 plus. And you might be wondering, why is this guy saying, we want to score 280 plus? I intentionally use the word 280 plus because when I did my own JAM, the JAM that actually, the UTME that I did actually led me to doing program like this. I scored 290. So I'm not going to promise you things I've not done. So because I myself have scored 280 plus, so I can promise you that if you want to score 280 plus, I can tell you because I've done it. So I won't tell you, even though the strategies and the things I'm going to be telling you to do here, there are things that when you implement them, you will get to score whatever you want to score. I can say that confidently. You will get to score whatever you want to score. If you want to score 350, you will score it. Because it's not about the score itself, it's about are you willing to do what it takes? And if you do what it takes, why not? That's it. You're going to score whatever score you work for. Okay. But the most important thing is that because I've scored 290, so I can really tell you I can make it from that range of 280 plus whatever it is you want to get. Okay. So now let's get right into it. How do you score 280 plus? Let me just quickly share my story with you so you can know where this is coming from. As I've said earlier, I wrote my first UTME in 2016. I scored 210. I intended to study mathematics and I intended to study computer science. Okay, but then I did not get any admission. Uh, I processed for university. I remember I processed UNAB rather. I was not given admission because man, see, it's good to have knowledge and it's good to have guidance. I just choose my university then. I just choose anyhow because I feel like I'm from Ogun State. So I would choose all my university to be in Ogun State. Okay, so I choose UNAB, FNAB. I think I only choose last year. I choose last year just to add it for the second choice. I never even process, I never get the positive form. I choose Federal Polytechnic in Laro. Okay, and guess what? I did the positive. 2016 was the first year where they stopped doing positive me. I think temporarily, and they are using points. So I did what was it called? I got the form and I waited and waited for admission. I didn't enough form. Later on, very close to the year, I got the opportunity to go to a college of education. Okay, so I studied computer science and mathematics. And though when I'm done with college of education, 2019, I finished 2019, 2020. My biggest goal in 2020 is that I must gain admission. That was COVID-19 year. So I processed And then, as someone I've been to NC before, I'm not supposed to even write jam. And thank God that I wrote jam that year, because if I don't, if that mistake did not happen, we won't be having this program here. We'll most likely not be having this program. So I'm supposed to just register for direct entry. But at this time I was working already, I don't even want to. I'm not even ready mentally to sit for any exam, to prepare for any exam. But then, as God will have it, I'm supposed to register for direct entry. I paid. That's it, around the time when you buy form. This time around, you first register. UTME still will first register, and then direct entry will now register later. And at that time, the registration occurs simultaneously. The what we're just going to differentiate you is the pin you are going to buy. So instead of the person that is selling the distance, instead of buying a direct entry pin for me, he bought a UTME pin. And because the pin has been bought, there's nothing I can do about it. I tried. I remember it was in Molete in Ibadan. I went to the JAMB office in Gate to go and try it, to go and see if it can be changed. I was told it cannot be changed. But I met one man, Mr. Tunji, who assured me that I should not worry, that the only thing I can do now is that I should go and write the exam. Okay, and when I write the exam, after writing the exam, even if I score 0/400, I will still be able to change to direct entry. Okay, so as at this time, there's one myth that we all have. So when I wrote my exam in 2016, there are some people that we did exams together who have written JAM before in 2015, and they score like 230. I have someone that scored like 230 or 240 or even 250. I have a lot of people that scored 220, 230, 250 in their first JAM, but for some reason they were not given admission. But guess what? They wrote the exam in 2016 and they scored less than 200. So that's a very big myth. And I was like, no, it's not going to be my own portion. I throw it away. So that 2020, even though that was 4 years after my first exam, I was very confident, not confident now, don't let me work confident. I challenged myself that I must score more than what I scored before. I scored 210 before, so I said I'm going to score what? I must score more than 210. And as at this time, remember I studied computer science and mathematics. I've already decided that I want to study mathematics education in university. So I know. And for those of you that were part of the entire session, they ask you about your score. I'm still going to come to it. So I already know. Mathematics education in no university, even in private university, 250 is enough for me. 250 at most. 250, they will give me admission. Legally, like without any hassle, without any problem, I will get admission to study mathematics education in any university in this Nigeria. So I decided that I'm going to score at least 250 in JAM. This was 2020. Around that time, I just moved to Port Harcourt, a new city. Yes, I moved to Port Harcourt. I started teaching. But you'll be surprised, I was teaching the TV students at this time. I was teaching in the school. I would go to the school. This is a private school that you have to get to before 7 o'clock, 6:45, and then I will leave there around maybe 3 o'clock. And then when I leave, so I don't even have the money, I don't even have the time to go to tutorial. So the only thing I was doing is just coming past questions. Okay, and then after all, so after around that time that COVID-19 came up, I studied past question, I did a whole lot, and the exam, I went for the exam. When the results came out, man, and I saw 290, I was surprised myself. I was surprised because I wasn't expecting it. But you see, in life, there are some results you get, even though you are not expecting it. But if you have done the right thing, you always get the result. So I sat down, and because I was someone that is, I'm already, at this time, I'm reading a lot of books, I'm following a lot of people. I started following John, this is 2018. So I'm already open to all these possibilities. So I sat down and asked myself, this result I achieved, it is not luck. There must have been something that I did. There must have been something that I did then that bring about this result. And I want to tell you that one of the law you must abide by if you want to succeed in life is law of cause and effect. That to every result, there is a cause. There's something that makes something happen. Most of the things that you happen in your life don't happen by accident. There are some of them that you cannot explain yourself. Okay, but most of the time, everything happens because of a reason. And it's going to help your life a lot if you can sit down and actually look for the reasons in those things. All right. So as I was saying, I sat down and I outlined the process. What process do I go through? I outlined it, and then in 2021, I decided that okay, there are a lot of students who are out there who have also having trouble with. I want to score this also score in jam. I want to do that. I want to do that, and then they don't know how to go about it. What if I can share my story with them? What if I can like show them the things I've done that make me score 290, and I can share that with them? And guess what I did? I put all these things down and I turned it into a book. So part of my introduction the other time, you add that I'm the author of Set to Score. So the book itself was actually published. In fact, if you check Amazon, if you search for Set to Score and put my name in front of it, you're going to saw the this. It was published on Amazon in 2021 for students. We launched it in 2021. Some students reach out, like got it. But around that time, that was around the time I was processing admission into the university too. So I just like suspend everything. Okay, so the strategy, but then let me add this before I even go into my session proper, that won't take much of your time. Is that some principles generally are universal. So one thing I noticed was that those principles that I used then to score 219 were the thing also that I continued to use when I entered school for my degree program. So you can't be so don't be surprised when I get out, and fortunately for me, because it's fortunately you can't, everything is not just by your power. There's a higher power, there's power of God, there's grace and favor, mercy and blessing of God on it. Because I can't tell you, Mr. Majid is one of my classmates. We studied together. I'm not I can be considered one of the good students and one of the best students in the school, but I can't say this is the best student. Olumo, would you know? I can discuss for Africa. Oh, yeah, I know that. But when you say, this is the guy that work hard the most, no, I'm not going to tell you that. But then, am I saying that to like bring down the value of hard work? No. But I just want to let you know that sometimes it's not just about how hard you work. Sometimes it's about how smart you also work. And that's what I'm going to be sharing with you today. So a lot of the principles and even more that I've later learned are the things I that helped me to achieve the status of overall best graduating student, graduating with that record breaking whatever CGPA. All right, so let me quickly share some of the things you can do that have worked in my own life generally, and that have worked in my own life personally, and that you can also do to actually achieve any score. That you see that 280 is just motivational. It's just for you to come and say, yeah, I want to learn how to score 280 plus. But you see what I'm going to be sharing with you is something you can use to achieve any score you want to achieve, even if it's 200. Because I'm also of the opinion that you should not do beyond yourself. Sometimes you know what you want, so you don't. As Mr. Abdullateef was trying to say the other time, that sometimes when you buy cars and do all those things, they are not. Sometimes they don't really matter most. Sometimes it's not the score that you score that matter the most too. Okay, sometimes you can just focus on, okay, what I need is 200. I have a lot of things to put my time in. Let me just focus on getting 200. Why invest my time in other things that are going to be more valuable? Yes. So it's not a competition. It's not, hey, I score more than you in jam. No, someone can score more than you in jam and still not get admission, and you will get admission. Yes, it's very possible. So don't make it to be a competition thing. Now, so what are the process? Number one is start with why. So I asked yesterday, for those of you that are in the WhatsApp group, I asked yesterday, why are you writing UTME? Huh? Why are you writing UTME? So can you answer that question? Why are you writing UTME? So I'm writing UTME because I want to study medicine and surgery. I want to become a doctor. I want to do all those things. Because some of you, the reason why you want to write UTME is because everybody is going to school. I also want to go to school. I also want to enter I want to enter the university. You need to have a very specific and clear goal, a clear reason why you even want to go and study in the first place. That's very important. Okay, if you have not have that, please go and sit down and discover it. The why is always there. As I told someone yesterday in the group, the reason is always there. If you can, you just need to find it. Okay. So the other thing is that decide what you want. And when I say decide what you want, that is, what score do you want? What score? Now you see the score that I mentioned here, that you should decide the score that you want to achieve. It's very important for two reasons. And then there's also one thing you must do before you decide the score you want to achieve. So, for example, now, when you answer the first question, why do you want to write UTME? what pops into your head is, I want to actually UTME because I want to study medicine and surgery. So the first thing you should do before you decide that score that you want to score is go and look what is the cutoff mark for medicine and surgery. A lot of you just pick score from the air, and while it is actually good that you want to score a very big score, is that if those scores are not important for you to score, you will not do what it takes. You just be saying it with mouth. Hey, I want to score 380. Where I'm currently working, I have someone that I asked, what score did you want to score in German? They said 300 plus. Good. But this is someone that does not seem like someone that wants to score 300 plus, because you will see it, you will know. Okay? So the first thing you should do is why do you want to score that score? For example, you want to study medicine and surgery, and you know the cutoff mark, average university in Nigeria for medicine will be 280 upward. So if you want to study medicine and surgery now, you already know I will choose I'll try to go for 300 because the cutoff mark is 280. Even 300 itself is small. Because if you're going for a university, a competitive university like let's say UI, OAU, Unilag, and all these universities, and you want to study medicine and surgery, and then they can only take 100 students per year. You can only take 100 students per year for medicine, and 200 people apply to study medicine and surgery, and 150 people score 300 already. Sorry, 150 people score over 300. You that you score exactly 300, you're already at risk because you don't know. Gambling, anybody will pick someone that scored 300 over someone that scored 300. Yes. So when we ask you to aim high, beyond even the cutoff mark, the aim of that is because we don't want you to just have the exact score, and then you now have someone that will score higher than you, a bit, and then because of that, you will not be able to get the admission you want to get. That's why it's always good that you extend your score high. And there's this thing I love from Lesbian. I always say, shoot for the moon. Even if you fall, you will land among the stars. So it's always very good to aim high. If you aim for 320, you don't score 320. At most, you will fall to 300. But if you aim for 300, if you're going to fall, you're going to fall to 280 or 270. Do you know what means that you're already going out of range already for medicine and surgery? So the most important thing here is that whatever you want to score, make sure that it's not based on what other people want to score. Make sure this is not a matter of you want to make yourself proud alone. It's a matter of what do I need. So let's say the course you want to score now, the course you want to study need just 200. You can now decide, yes, I want to score 250. But this 250, I'm scoring it for myself. But make sure that before you decide the score, make sure that score has already taken care of your admission first. Before you take care of your ego or confidence or pride, whatever, whatever you want to do for yourself. Okay? And now, the major reason why it's very important that you decide the score you want to score is because of how well you are going to work. You agree with me that someone I want to score 200 and someone I want to score 280, they will not do the same work. They won't read the same way. In fact, it will be very evident. There's someone I want to score 280, but the person is playing around. They are doing all sorts of things. You already know this one. You're just saying you want to score it. You do not really want to score it. That's why it's important that you decide the score you want to score, because it's going to determine how hard and how much you will have to work to be able to achieve that score. Okay? Now, when you have decided that, okay, you want to score, so let's use the example of 300 now. 300 is still the range of 280 plus. You want to score 300. Then the next thing you need to do is sit down and ask yourself, what is it going to take? You see, this is the most important thing. The next two things I'm going to talk about now is the most important thing most of UTME students don't talk about. These are things that when you go to that tutorial, you're not going to be taught. Nobody is going to tell you. Yeah, 5 minutes more. Okay, so let me run. Okay, so the first one is that most of us will stop at the idea of I want to score 300. No, you have to take it further. What must you take? No, I mentioned the law of cause and effect the last time. Every result you want to achieve have process. Like you want to cook jollof rice, there is a step, there are recipes, there are steps that you must follow to cook the jollof rice. The same way, any score you want to score, demand something from you, have some requirements. Maybe you're going to the way you're going to read, how much you're going to read, how much you're going to study to score that score. But most of us we stop at I want to score 300. So what I'm asking you to do is that After you're saying you want to score 300, you have to sit down and ask yourself, what must I do? I want you to put in the comments, whether you're on YouTube or Zoom, put it, what must I do to score? Put your score there. What must I do to score 300? What must I do to score 280? What must I do to score 250? What must I do to score 350? Put it there. See, this question of what must I do, you're the only one that can answer it. You're the only one that knows, you're the only one that can answer it. So you must answer it yourself. Get a pen and paper and answer it in your book. What must I do to score 300? I will study past question. I will cover all my syllabus. I will study 10 years past question. Okay? So when you know what you must do, then you need to determine, you now need to design a plan of action. You need to design. So it's not even enough to say, this is what I must do. I must study 20 hours a day. I must read all my books. I must do all these things. All those things are generic. You have to go specific and actually outline the steps that you're going to take. What exact plan of action are you going to take to do what you have said you're going to do? So it can be, okay, you want to solve 40 past questions for all your 4 subjects. Okay, for all your 4 subjects, you might decide to do that. Then so you have to say, okay, I only have 30 days to read. So I'm going to do 2 past questions a day, 2 year past question a day. So that's a plan of action. So you need to design a plan of action that actually works for you. This is very, very important. Now, when you design a plan of action, this plan of action is going to take into consideration your time. Another thing that you must take into consideration when you are designing your plan of action is yourself. Who are you? So you must know yourself. Man, know thyself. My brother, my sister, know yourself. Some of you, you can only read in quiet environment. What are you doing there where everybody is making noise? Some of you can only read during the day. You're not playing with someone that can read from 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So you must know yourself. Are you the type of person that read in the night? Are you the type of person that read during the day? Are you the type of person that read with people? Or do you love to just read alone? Are you the type of person that read with music? Are you the type of person that read when you see things that you have been talking about, that you understand well? When you are seeing the things that the teacher is teaching you, or you are seeing the visual representation, are you the one that read with audio, that everything you are talking about this morning is sinking in your head because you are hearing it? But assuming it is written now, you feel like you don't survive. You get, some of you, you need to read, you read as you man, oh God, man, the journal, man, see this time, this time is flying though. Page 254, man, so this is how this thing look like when you are talking. Sorry. So you need to know yourself, actually. So that's just it. You need to know yourself. And then the last thing I'm going to say is you need to work consistently and persistently. See, nobody promised you an easy journey. It's not going to be easy at all, unless nothing good, most of the time, nothing good come easy. You have to work hard for it. You have to work hard. You have to work smart. So if you are the type of person that nobody, something that promise you is easy, is doing that. No, when we call you here as UTME Sales Accelerator, we want to accelerate your success, but we know it's going to be easy for you. You have to put in the work. Nobody's going to do the work for you. You have to do it yourself. You have to be ready. And it's going to be hard. And when it is hard, what are you going to do? You have to consider, remember, I said start with why. You have to remember, why do I start in the first place? There's this saying that they always say, though they don't always complete it for you, I will complete it for you today, is that when there is will, there is a way. Do you remember? When there is a will, there is a way. It's very true, but it's not complete because they don't tell you where the will comes from. The will comes from your why. So when there is a why, your why will create your will, and then your will create your way. So it's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy. There are a lot of times, even during that time, that I felt like giving up. Okay, I felt like giving up, but I have to remind myself, admission, I must get it. Because what was driving me then is that if by mistake I was not able to convert the JAMB to my direct entry, I must have something strong enough that will give me admission to study in any university I want to study in. All right. So work your work. Also, fly with eagles. Fly with eagles. You cannot want to fly with eagles. You cannot want to fly like eagle and be playing with turkeys. Huh? You cannot want to what? Fly like an eagle and be playing with turkeys. Like it's not together. It's not the same now. So your friends matters. Bird of the same feather flock together. If you run around with losers, you're going to become one. So your friends matters a lot. Okay, so I still have a lot to say. I still have a lot. I can stay here, depth, actually, and speak for 2 hours continuously without stopping on this particular topic of filming jam, bringing from my own different experience. But then I have to stop here. So, yeah, my Mr. Moderator, Eshu, thank you so much. I need there's going to be an opportunity. I'm still going to come up here. I have something very fantastic for you if you are here. So please make sure you are still here. There's something amazing for you. Okay, sir.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Abdullateef. If I can still recollect, I can still remember some of our lecturer will call Sodiq Ogbon. Yes, and we have some people that do call him Natif, not Latif. They'll call him Natif. Thank you so much for this
That
wonderful
one,
section.
dude. I will come and arrest you.
So, thank you for this interactive section. We really appreciate, and thank you for bringing us together. Yeah, from what you have said, he said there's difference between working hard and working smart. Then he asked a general question for those who are doing UTME, what must I do to score 280 plus or 300 plus? Sometimes I even think of it like, how would you even score UTME in JAM and you come and study mathematics and education again? How? Who expects you to be studying something related to medicine and surgery, or we should just assume from what Miss the first speaker have said, we should just assume that teaching is your career, or we should just assume that teaching is your career. Maybe that's the main reason why you came to study mathematics and education. Thank you so much for your time and for the interactive section. Yeah, let's quickly move on because of time. We've of time from the panelists, from the speakers, and thank you so much, all speakers, for giving us the wonderful section. Not to take much of our time, let's quickly have our book, our relaunching of book, which is the set to score. As Mr. Abdullateef have said, he scored 290 in JAMB. How did he do it? Like, we should have that particular thing that we can discuss, where we can read it from, then how you yourself can know that how to set a score for your to determine and every other thing. So let me call on Mr. Abdullateef to read that book of set a score for your own self. So Mr. Abdullateef, can we have you with the book relaunch?
Wow, thank you so much. I'm so excited for this particular session. Okay, so this is so as I said, uh in 2020 to 2021, I sat down and I was like, and this is because naturally from a very small age, I am a natural teacher. I love teaching. But beyond that, I love helping people. So for me, let me share this about myself. You might have noticed, for many people that know me well, they know this about me very well. But then those of us are just part is just crossing. So you also know that I'm very sure you're going to say it, and that's why we're having a program like this. Is that I was thinking about it recently, and what comes to my mind is that for someone like me, as Mr. River, let me start from what Mr. River said. Beyond success, be legendary. Is that for someone like me, I am not that type of person that just wants to succeed. When I'm succeeding, what I'm asking is, how will I help other people succeed? So when I achieve my score in 2020, I have to sit down and ask myself, how can I help other people achieve the same score? How can I help them to get the same result I've gotten? And that's what led to the launching of the book, Set to Score then. And you might be wondering, why set to score? Why set to score? So I'm this person that is very, very particular about goal setting. And so when you say set to score, it means that you set a particular goal and you score it. Okay? You set a particular goal for yourself and you score it. Okay? So then what I did then is that I put together the strategies, the things I follow, the things I've read in so many books and my personal experiences. I put it together in a step-by-step format. Okay? And put it together as a book and I make it accessible for students in 2021. But then admission, a lot of things, I just have to like pause that. But then since that 2021, I've always had that what was it called, that desire that I want to bring this book back. Because not just because of this is a book that this is my book and this all those things, but because this is something I believe that every student needs to have. Every student preparing for UTME should have as their guide should have in handy when they are preparing for their exam. And that's why we are bringing this back for you all. Okay, so if you are a student, you want to score 280 plus. If you check, let me zoom this in for you so you can see. So check the. So in fact, let me share the drive and show you what I want to show you. So because of this, as I mentioned earlier, a lot of the strategies I actually shared in this book, there are some of the most of them are what helped me to achieve my goal of emerging as the overall best graduate of my school. But then this particular book, one thing I did with it, within right now as we are launching it, is that I did not change one thing there because most of the things I shared there, they are timeless principles. They are things that, in fact, it's not just UTME. Whatever exam you want to write exams in school. You have gotten admission. You want to write exam in school. This is the guide you want to have. Now, let me show you the subtitle here. Okay, so this particular picture that you are seeing here, that is also the book cover that was used. Then I decided not to design a new cover because I want you to see that this is the original form. This is the concept. It's not diluted at all. So check. I say how to score above 280 in JAM, even if you have been out of school for 5 years with just 1 month of preparation, because that was my own experience as a then.
It's because of
Okay, so that is it. So I'm so very excited now to bring this book back to you. I'm going to be the first set of people that are going to be getting access to this book after it was launched in 2021. Okay, why the book itself is something that we can easily sell for. We can put a price tag of 5,000 naira and say everybody pay for it, because it's not just about this. Is just about the money you're going to pay. It's about the value you're going to get in the book. So we're making it affordable for everybody at just what 2,500. But because you are part of this session, because you are part of this, you register for this program, you are part of this program, you only need to pay just 1,500 naira. And that is the next 36 hours. Okay, which is by the end of Sunday. Today is Saturday. By the end of tomorrow, Sunday by 11:59 p.m., the book is going to go back to what 2,500. So let me tell you, what are the things you are going to get access to when you get the book? Aside from getting access to the book itself, you're going to get added to a group, to support an accountability group. We're going to be having weekly question and answer session with me. When I say with the author, I mean I myself. So all the questions you have, you're preparing for the exam, you have some challenges, you have some questions. Every week we meet every week. Be able to ask me all those questions. One other thing I'm going to do for you that is not even here is that I mentioned earlier that you have to design a plan of action. So you will design that plan of action, and then whenever we have our weekly session, you're going to share the plan of action with me, and I'm going to like give you all the suggestions how you're going to go about it, what you need to work on, what you need to improve on, and how you're going to achieve your score. Please note, this is not a tutorial group. I'm not teaching you mathematics, I'm not teaching you English. This is going to be like the extra that you need to add to all the tutorial you are attending. That's going to not just make you work hard, but it's going to what make you work smart. Okay, so we are a student who really wants to score 280 plus, you want to score any score in JAMB. This is a book you cannot afford to not get access to. Okay, so I have said it here. You have made it. You have discounted it for you at just 1,500. If that's something you want to get, it's not compulsory for you. Yes, the group is still going to be open, and they are still going to be very active there. But if you really want to achieve success in the UTA this year, UTME, set to score is your best bet. Okay, your best bet is very necessary for you to get. So just see, this is the payment details here. Just pay the payment of just 1,500 to this particular account on OPay, and then the people payment to me. You're going to get the book instantly, and then when you get the book, you read it. In fact, I would suggest that you read the book immediately. And as you're reading the book, I would also like to ask for you to send review, okay, so that other people can know your feedback about the book. If there's anything we need to change, and if the book actually meets your expectation, okay. So that is it. All right. So if you are ready to get the book, just go to this, can screenshot this, and just make the payment, send the proof of payment to this number, with my number, the number I've been interacting with you on WhatsApp, and then you're going to get added to the group. So yes, you'll be added to the group, and you're going to get access to the book immediately. The book will be sent to your mail. Okay, so you have access to it. You don't have to start looking for it on your phone, and then you'll be able to read it from there. All right. So thank you so much for being here. I hope that you have learned and you have gained so much value from this session. Over to you, sir, Mr. Majid.
All right. Thank you very much for the book relaunch. And I hope all Jambites will be getting at least two copy each. I hope they can get two, Mr. Abdullateef. I hope each person can get two.
Yes, they can get one for themselves and get one for their friend.
All right. So we can try as much as possible to get a copy with immediate effect and read and ask all necessary questions. Then you also confirm if the book also meets up to your expectations. All right. Yes. What we